off. Boy, he stepped on that thing, and it nearly turned me around right there in the traps when he come by me.
Well, this will turn you around. It's Pro Stock semifinal time. That's Bob Glidden. Just a pack of guys that have shown up at the Winter Nationals to scratch and claw their way to the Pro Stock title.
Brock, let's see how our semifinalists got this far. This was second round. In the far lane, the Ford Thunderbird of Ricky Smith. Near lane, the incredible Warren Johnson in a brand new Oldsmobile. Ricky Smith off the starting line first, but Johnson simply out-muscled him to a 7.67 179 mile-an-hour win. The next race up in round number 2 earlier found Ken Dondero in the near lane Chevrolet Camaro. Don Kuntz from Indiana in a Firebird. Now a big hole shot for Dondero in the near lane. Watch the red car of Bob Pinella from Central California. Dondero off the mark first, and Don Kuntz simply could not run him down. Dondero wins it at 7.75 seconds, 178 miles an hour. Then it was Butch Leal, the California Flash, driving his brand new Pontiac. We see it here in the far lane, taking on the world champion Lee Shepard. Leal had some problems in the tech inspection area, only got one qualifying run, but look at this. Through great driving, Butch Leal eliminates the world champion. Leal with a hole shot win at 7.69 to Shepard's quicker 7.66. Then it was time to again see the world's quickest driver. Bob Glidden had run 7.53 earlier. Here he's in the far lane on his Ford Thunderbird, up against Gordy Rivera in this beautiful Camaro. Now Rivera, fearing Glidden's incredible elapsed time, was a little over inches on the starting line. Here you see he moved too quick. Bob Glidden wins this race via default and moves into the semifinals. Now we'll be seeing Bob Glidden, Whiteland, Indiana, 5-time world champion, up against the lightning quick Ken Dondero. Boy, can that man drive. The other half of the semis, Warren Johnson's Oldsmobile versus Butch Leal's brand new Firebird.
Well, this is what they love about Pro Stock. Not only their favorite drivers, but their favorite car makes. And this one is a classic confrontation, Ford versus Chevrolet. Dondero in a new Camaro, beautiful automobile. There is Bob Glidden in that famous blue and white Ford Thunderbird. An automobile he had some problems getting dialed in when he first switched to it, but now he has got it hooked up, running like a train.
Well, the driving talents of Ken Dondero, coupled with the tuning ability of Bill Grumpy Jenkins, make the Bob Pinella-owned Camaro a threat every time it goes to the starting line. Now, Glidden has a big performance advantage. He knows that. But Dondero is so good on the light that Glidden dare not be complacent. It was Dondero up first, but not for very long. Look at Bob Glidden in the far lane. He just demolishes Dondero with a 7.59 at only 171 miles an hour, meaning he got off the throttle early.
500 cubic inches of Ford power pulls it out. All right, here comes another master in the lights, Butch Leal.
Indeed, Butch Leal, a former Californian, now based in Blacklick, Ohio. This is a brand new car debuted here at the Winter Nationals. He's up against another brand new car, Warren Johnson's Oldsmobile. Brock had a look at it earlier.
For a lot of years now, Warren Johnson has been facing a big handicap in Pro Stock competition. His Oldsmobiles, but big, wide cars, a lot of frontal area, about as aerodynamic as barn doors, some people say. But now, Warren is back with a brand new model Oldsmobile. It's a Calais, very much narrower, shorter little automobile. And now, right now, he's in the forefront of aerodynamics, a handicap that he's faced over the last few years. So Warren Johnson, nice, clean, neat little Oldsmobile, ready to go Pro Stock racing this year.
Well, here it's set in the far lane with Butch Leal in the near lane. Leal has done an amazing job with all the problems. Now Butch Leal makes a mistake. He red light. He might have been staged just a little deep, not having the run out he would have liked. But anyway, the red light glows on the tree. Warren Johnson saw it. Doesn't even bother to pull his parachute at 179 miles an hour. The Oldsmobile's got a good set of new brakes on it, I can tell you that. Here, now look again. Watch the white car to the left of your screen, and you see Leal left before the yellow light even went out. So he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. So the Pro Stock final is set. Bob Glidden for Ford and Warren Johnson for General Motors. And here in the top fuel pit area, Joe and Jerry Amato together packing that all-important parachute. But the crew has still got a lot of work to do to get this engine ready to face Gary Ormsby in the top fuel final.
It's funny car time here at the Winter Nationals in Pomona, California. I'm Brock Yates along with Steve Evans and Ed Bruce. And the man inside that beautiful black funny car is Al Segrini. And what a challenge he faces. That is the fastest funny car in the world. Rick Johnson on board. Steve Evans talked with its owner, Roland Leong.
Roland, I'm told that you thought your car had run 568 when you got down there, not 58, and you were stunned when you heard the real number.
Well, my eyes are getting bad and I'm getting a little old or something. But I thought it run 568, and we beat Bernstein with a 567, and Rick did a hell of a job by leaving them until I got down there, and they said it run 558, and I couldn't even believe it.
Without revealing any speed secrets, which you wouldn't anyway, is there one particular thing you've done to this car to wake it up like this, wake everybody up?
Well, on something like this, there is never one specific thing that makes it go that good. Just a whole bunch of little things. Where I'm really happy for is that the engine's not eating itself up. We're going through the lights clean and dry. We put 8 pistons back in her, and we're ready to go again.
Ready to go again, I guess, with Rick Johnson having a 558 notched in his gun. He's going to go against Al Segrini, who, remember, disposed of Tom McEwen in one of the closest races we've ever seen.
Yes, but not a very quick ET on that race. Only a 590. Segrini has to have found some power. Look at this. Segrini staying right with Rick Johnson. Johnson looked like he had to get off the gas pedal for some reason. Al Segrini in a major upset, and they found some power. 579, 253 miles an hour.
Boy, you could always expect the unexpected in drag racing. If there was anybody that had to go into that race as a favorite, it was Rick Johnson.
And here's the other half of the semifinals. It'll be Ed McCullough versus Dale Pulley. Here we see Pulley's car idle into the water to perform the ritual burnout, get those tires hot, put some hot sticky rubber down on that racetrack. This could be an explosive semifinal race. Meanwhile, down at the far end, Brock Yates has caught up with the world's quickest driver, Rick Johnson.
The racetrack's starting to cool off pretty good. Do you think that was a factor?
I don't think the actual temperature of the racetrack has that much to do with it. It's getting a lot of rubber built up on it. It's a real touchy racetrack right now. I kind of think we made the wrong choice on lanes. We had lane choice. The guy in front of me went out there and did basically the same thing, but didn't catch it quite as quick. I caught it, just couldn't quite catch up with him again.
Well, we're sorry you went out, but I'll tell you what, you had him romping and stopping in the stands so far today. Great.
Oh, yeah, after the performance the car had this weekend, we'll be all right.
Great race.
To do a little get better, and one of these days we're going to win one of these things.
You sure will. Congratulations. We're sorry you lost.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
And now let's go to Steve with the surprised winner, Al Segrini.
For the second year in a row, Al Segrini goes into the Winternationals final. And Joe Paisano's car, you had to be a little worried racing the quickest car in the world.
Oh, yeah, but I've never seen anybody win a race down that other end. You got to get to these lights first to win. And, boy, Joe's prepared a great car. He's got a brand-new engine in the car, the JP1. I'm really tickled with it. I'd really like to get him an Oscar.
He's never been on the National Event Winner's Circle.
He's really been down. He's had a couple open heart surgery, and I really want to get him an Oscar for that man. Well, I think we can do it here.
You made very well. Al Segrini, can he make it 2 in a row?
We're not talking about the movie star type Oscar. We're talking about the trophies the NHRA offers to the winners of major national events. The nickname among the racers, an Oscar.
Indeed it is, Brock. Here is Ed the Ace McCullough, the Oldsmobile-bodied car of Larry Minor. McCullough won the Winternationals way back in 1972. His opponent here, Dale Pulley in the far lane, he won this race in 1980, but this is his first final round appearance since 1983. So Pulley and McCullough, a good matchup. McCullough left too soon. You remember that great hole shot he had in the previous round? Well, he leaned on the tree a bit too hard this time. Dale Pulley just shuts it off to save the parts and pieces. No elapsed time's even worth mentioning here. The important thing is, Dale Pulley goes into the final round against Al Segrini. So, all of our finalists are set. The Winternationals started out with 800 cars. It boils down to 6 now. As we await the finalists, let's check in with Ed Bruce once again for some Winternationals nostalgia. Ed?
Steve, a scholarly friend, once told me that history is made up of revolutions, big ones and small ones. In 1971, Pomona was the site of one of drag race's biggest revolutions, the rear-engine top fuel dragster. The idea of a rear-engine dragster was not in and of itself radical. The idea had been around for years. As far back as 1955, rear-engine dragsters had been competing at national events. What was radical was the combination of the car's designer and driver, Big Daddy Don Garlits, and its performance, record-setting. Recovering from an accident in 1970 when the transmission of his front-engine dragster had exploded on the starting line, Garlits mapped out an idea for a rear-engine dragster that he felt would work. Debuting at the 71 Winter Nationals, Big Daddy demonstrated to a world of front-engine racers that there was validity to the concept of putting the engine behind the driver. He set both ends of the national record that day, and as he swept through the field of cars that included Carl Olson and Jim Dunn, a new era in top fuel racing was ushered in. Today, rear-engine dragsters are going 260 miles per hour in under 5.4 seconds. Let's go back to the action now. Brock?
Well, Ed, Big Daddy Don Garlits has won the Winter Nationals 4 times over the span of his long career, but the man who owns this beautiful blue dragster is going for his 2nd Winter National Championship in a row.
Boy, the fans are ready for the Pro Stock Final here at the Winter Nationals. The General Motors troops are going to be riding with Warren Johnson and Oldsmobile. The Ford supporters, well, they've got the world's quickest Pro Stock driver to root for. Of course, Bob Glidden. He is in the far lane in the Ford Thunderbird. Now, I didn't know Southern Californians owned this many jackets. Look at them. It's a cold afternoon. Brock asked Warren Johnson if the weather has any effect.
Yeah, this cold weather, we don't expect it out here. And I guess for people that were raised in the colder climate, it's probably a little colder because you're psychologically set for warm weather. And it makes it a little tough on us. And it also makes it tougher to race on. Bob apparently has it figured out because he did well at the World Finals here. And right now, I guess what I've got would be called a monumental task to try to beat him. So,
have you made any changes since the last run?
Yeah, we've changed just about everything we can change. We've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. That's the way we're looking at it. So there's a lot of stuff that we've been testing that we haven't run on the racetrack that we're going to try on this run. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Well, I told you it was cold. Those comments were from a man born and raised in Minnesota, Warren Johnson in the near lane.
And the little car, the little Calais of his, could be, look at the size of it compared to that relatively big Thunderbird in the far lane, Steve.
Well, Johnson said he was gambling mechanically. The car almost uncontrollable as it hikes that left front wheel 1.5 feet in the air. It is Bob Glidden. Bob Glidden, your Winter National champion at 7:58, 184 miles an hour.
Terrific run. He's been just stronger than dirt all day long. Faster and faster. Good drive. Bob Glidden, really no opposition after Warren Johnson cut it in the air. About turned that little Oldsmobile right over on its side. A bunch of power. He put 500 cubic inches, 1,000 horsepower in a little car like that. And that's what could happen to you. So Bob Glidden goes on to win it.
Well, Bob Glidden's performance here at the Winter Nationals could only be called total intimidation. Bob, a 7:58. Congratulations.
Thank you, Steve. I don't think anyone was really intimidated.
Competition was.
Well, I hope they were. We're glad that we won the race. For the Chief people, the Ford people, Chief sponsored the race. And I think they've got about 1,500 people back at the tent waiting for us to get back there. So we're tickled that we won the race, and thank God we're here.
You even enjoyed an advantage off the starting line.
I thought maybe a little. I was kind of cautious with the track. It looked like there was a slick spot. We run off to the side from where everyone else runs for some reason. And I was afraid we were going to get crossed up, and I really didn't pay attention to Warren's car. I have no idea what he even ran.
He was all over the racetrack, apparently. But congratulations to you and Etta and the kids and the whole game.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Well, in particular, wife Etta, who along with Bob wrenches this car every day of her life, and they reap the rewards together and also the defeat. But today, it's sheer victory. Now, let's go to the funny car final, Steve.
Yes, Al Zagrini. Can he make it 2 in a row? Driving for Joe Paisano, who has fielded drag racing cars of many types over the years, given a lot of young drivers their first chance. Dale Foley, we've told that story. He won this race in 1980. He started out very, very young at the age of 19.
Well, Steve, let's not forget that these two guys got into the finals in highly contrasting styles. Al Zagrini put away Rick Johnson in a surprise upset. Johnson, of course, having the fastest car in the